3, 2, 1.
Here we go! Luke Henry, after kicking Monarch's ass to the depths of space, is back on Earth, and now he's looking to save the world from the Fourth World Foundation. Sure, he had help from Penumbra before, but she's not helping him this time. He's got to face it on his own. Look at these four people. He's coming for a villain known as Adonis. He'll do it. You'll be there. Back it now. First Man 2, Learning Curve.
He'll do it. You'll be there. Back it now. First Man 2 Learning Curve, my book. Show your support. It's because of you that I can create that book. The link is pinned to the top of the chat. Give it a look. You won't be disappointed. You'll love it if you like superhero stuff. You'll love the book. This is the Dennis and Andy show. And today we got a big show on tap. We've got, of course, what did the boys get? What is up, Randy? Hello. Hyper Kaiju, that's right, back it now. Stat Zero in the house, hello. So we're going to be talking about a movie we saw last night, American Underdog, about Kurt Warner's career and how he became a football player and an MVP and Hall of Famer and all that. If you don't like football, it doesn't matter. It's a great movie. It's a great movie. Book of Boba Fett we'll be talking about. Daniel Smith, hello.
Long time no see, Daniel. It's been at least 40 minutes.
Yeah. That's what we'll be talking about. I am, of course, always wearing the attire of the show. I don't know what the hell Dennis is doing today.
Oh, I think you know Andy. By the way, I did get to see Andy's latest page of First Man, and it looks great. So I really can't wait for this book to be done and read it.
Here's that $5. Thanks.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. So speaking of $5, guess what, everybody? We're monetized.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We are monetized now.
Officially. Whoop, 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 whoop. Now, I haven't seen you guys in a couple of weeks because Mr. Dennis has been under the weather. I've been stuck with a kidney stone that laid me up and threw me into the emergency room. So that was rough. But needless to say, after about a week's worth of recuperation and trying to pass the stone, I got a little bit of surprise for you guys. I'm back. There's lots of great news today, but I'm going to show you.
Oh, God.
Got to check this out.
I don't know why he wants to show us this, but he does. I apologize now for what you're about to see.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Oh,
I passed that mother. Now, it's not quite as big as the one that I had 8 years ago, but it definitely was more of a bullet. So needless to say, we're back together. So it's been a couple of weeks. So anyway, I apologize, but that's what we have been doing.
Dennis, I sent us our first super chat.
Oh, look at that.
$5 whole bucks.
Look at that, Andy. I guess it's beer time tonight.
It is now official. Yikes. Here's what Dennis isn't telling you. That finger pointing at it, that's the finger of a newborn baby. That thing's not that big. That's literally the finger of a newborn baby.
Oh, yeah. Guys, it was so bad. So I had one, my last one was 8 years ago. And it was bad, but nothing compared to this. I couldn't move. I was curled up in a ball, and I was sitting there going, My wife was so annoyed by it because she doesn't like these kind of things. She recorded me on the way to the hospital.
Look, Randy can't eat dinner now. I hope you're happy.
I'm sorry, Randy. This is why we do it early.
Are we selling it? Yes, you can own Dennis's Stone for $50.
We're selling it. Actually, I have to take it to the urologist when my appointment comes up in a week.
I got it. Thanks.
So anyway, but the next thing that we have to talk about was
Well, it's
So,
not that.
or it wasn't that, but we can. So my daughter got me something really cool, and I didn't even get a chance to show you guys my Christmas stuff.
Oh, yes. That Zero hooking us up with a super chat for $10. Thank you, Andy. You robbed me. I was in the process. Congratulations, you two. Thank you so much.
Stat Zero. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Stat Zero. That is so appreciated. Thank you so much. I am now going to try and refund mine.
Just so
kidding.
Stat Zero can be first? That would be the gentleman.
No, because then I'd refund it and have to redo it. No, it's all good. Thank you, Statistical Zero. Much appreciated.
Thank you very much. So what I wanted to do is show you guys, my daughter Elizabeth got me this. So I opened it up and I'm like, remember, she's living in Korea right now. So I don't know where she found this.
Koreatown.
South Korea, baby.
South Koreatown.
Nope.
In the States.
Seoul, in South Korea.
What? She's that close to Kim Jong-un?
She is.
She could be her.
And last time we visited her over there, she would not let me go to the DMZ. So when we go this spring, guess who's going to the DMZ? The guy with these two thumbs.
That's right.
Your wife doesn't like it? No.
Exactly.
No. But if you guys ask really nicely, she's got a recording of the pain and she will play it for you because she's super proud of it.
I'll save my super chat for Boba Fett.
Okay. There we go. So anyway, my daughter got me this. I thought this was an absolutely really cool, what?
AJ Tom's busting my balls.
Listen while driving home. Someone please be sure to make plenty jokes at Andy's. Oh,
don't worry, they're coming.
They'll come.
Dennis is dressed horribly today for a specific reason.
I am sleeveless for a reason. You know, I am not holding up my end of the DNA shirt day for a reason.
Dennis, we're not in Seattle. It's not sleeveless in Seattle. Dennis.
Oh yeah, nice one. So anyway, I did a fallout. I got it hung up. It's a key holder. Each of those starships from the Enterprise A, you pull them out and the whole thing comes right out, or you can just unhook them. So anyway, my daughter came up with a really cool, super thoughtful gift that was actually really amazing. So anyway, kind of wanted to show you because I know we got some Trekkies out there.
Did you look over at your wife and go, wow, our daughter's only been around, what is she, 23?
Yep.
Our daughter's only been around for 23 years. She got me something really cool. I've known you for almost 30, still waiting.
Well, actually, my wife, I didn't take a picture of that. I'll bring that next time. She also got me something interesting.
No negligee. We don't need to see a photo of what she got you.
Trekkie negligee. No, not that
you're wearing.
So, on to the next topic. The reason I am dressed this way.
What is this garbage? What?
So,
this is what happens when I don't have control over what you put in to our folder.
Correct, because our audience needs to know the truth because they can go back and double check all the stuff that we talked about.
I'm not Sunday Slackers. I don't know why you're bragging about beating somebody other than me.
So before we get into the good stuff, Andy was telling everybody how he snuck into the playoffs in 8th place and how he was going to beat me in the first week and knock me out of the playoffs, etc.
What is this sneak in? I got there legit. Saying I snuck in makes it
barely
sound
made
like
it in. You barely made it.
I got in the back door the way I like it.
That's what Helen said.
Give it the way I like it.
So needless to say, anyway, after a few weeks, and since we haven't seen you guys, I took care of Andy and knocked him off. Then I had to play. And I knocked off the next one, and then I was in the Super Bowl. You're now looking at the Super Bowl champion of 2021.
I mean, is it really worth bragging when the first place guy beats the 8th place guy? Isn't that like going to isn't that like a high school kid going to a freshman and kicking his ass and bragging about it?
Sat there
I mean,
and
honestly,
to the entire audience how you were kicking my butt out of the playoffs.
I'm just saying. Bragging more is first place going against, I guess, second, because that's mostly equal.
You know, the problem is you're going to be stuck with so much Green Bay Packers stuff, so much Charlotte Trekkers, which was my name. It was amazing. It was dang.
That's true. This
Good
is a Super Bowl, not Superman.
And this is only a few weeks versus 9 months.
He did take care of me, and not in a good way.
He said, slap me around and call me Susan. All right, Susan.
And then
We'll see if you guys know what that's from.
this is garbage. What Charlotte Truckers brush off predictions, earn win over Sunday Slackers and 124 to 103 runaway. Okay.
Anyway, I just saying.
I mean, look,
this
I'm
is
just
what they
saying.
put out.
Last season you sucked.
I absolutely
it was
did.
Really good for you, and I was really rooting for you to have a good season because last year you were so dejected and downtrodden because I was in third place and you blew chunks. So I'm happy for you.
You should be. That's all I've been waiting to hear was that you were
why
happy
that
for
works
me.
into any of this attire. I don't quite understand.
Well, I think you do. I think it's quite obvious.
You're not a
Super Bowl champion. You know, did you ever watch the TV show The League?
Of course I did. I love it.
Well, that's kind of what we're like, only without a Shiva trophy.
I don't know. I
But anyway, just had to let you guys know the outcome. So we got this. Got a few more weeks until the playoffs, and then the NFL starts, and we're good on that. But in the meantime, it's Wednesday, and what happens on Wednesday?
It's What Did the Boys Get? Wednesday, where we go over what the boys got at the comic shop. Now, I got one book this week. One.
AJ Tom's asking, what is a Trekker? It's like a lowbrow Trekkie.
Oh, we just call them nerds. Who created the vacuum to get that stone out? What was her name?
Yeah, it was.
And she choked on
Guys,
it and spit. So she didn't swallow, she spit.
Right back into it.
Spit it right back
so,
out.
you know,
so here it is.
8 years ago, you had to come up with your own way to catch the stone. This time around, they even sent you home from the ER with special little sieves, filters. So, yeah, it's kind of fancy this time.
I would like to get everybody's opinion before we move on. Let's say you were looking for a specific book, comic book, of course. And let's say somebody you knew had two of them. And you said, I will buy one of those off you. You don't need two of them. Wouldn't you expect that person to go, not a problem? Give me a yes or no on that. Okay, let's go on to what did the boys get.
Oh, you should have done a poll because we can do polls now.
Well, you can.
Well, you can, but
You
not
gotta
now.
type it in.
But you should have thought of that ahead of time.
I should have
Anyway,
thought of
it's
that.
Wednesday.
So it looks like we're starting off with, look at these two best buddies. Ahoy, one and all. Ahoy,
What about?
Let's see. I would just gift it. Exactly. AJ knows.
But AJ, if he knows it's you asking, Andy asked me to gift him stuff every week.
Poll it.
Poll it.
I don't ask for stuff every week, and I said I'd buy it off of you. So anyhow, we've got THOR. This is the Dennis book. He's been getting it since issue 1. He is a fan of this book. I guess Donnie Cates is doing a good job. I do like Nick Klein's artwork. I guess this book has a first appearance to somebody because the store I go to is limiting it to one per customer. So there's Dennis's first book. Don't worry, when we get to the one book I got, I'll tell you. Oh, look, it's X-Men number 6. So we know that's Dennis's book. That's kind of a neat cover, I guess. I don't know who that is on the cover, but that's, kind of nifty. Everybody taking their cell phones out. So X-Men number 6, Dennis is on the X train. I guess this is the last issue written by Gary Dugan. Wait, I thought Jason Aaron was writing this book. Gary Dugan is.
Yep.
That's his name, right, Gary?
Yep.
Or Jerry. Jerry Dugan. And this is his last issue.
Not on this. You're thinking of you're thinking of Inferno.
Oh, okay. Never mind. So Inferno. Oh, Hickman. Yes, this is so
Hickman.
I didn't think Inferno was an ongoing though. I thought it was a miniseries. Kind of like just, redoing stuff or something.
All right. I think I just posted my first poll. We'll see how it pops up.
Now you can get on Dennis's poll. Stat Zero, you will have to play Madden on Sega Genesis to battle it out. Yeah, we could possibly do that. Hyper Guy Jew, why do almost all X-Men books now have atrocious covers? It's like they don't want you to buy the books.
Right. They're rebooting them, I just found out, because since I wasn't able to go to the shop last week, my wife picked up my comics for me. I got to look at the previews. Immortal's going. They're relaunching Marauders. They're starting it.
They're relaunching Marauders.
They are
already.
Exactly. And I'm like, son of a gun. And I'm just like, there's just too much X stuff out there. I'm telling you, it's wearing thin. Every day it wears a little more and a little more. Now, if they did something as bad as what they did to Superman, I might finally pull it. But I'm getting tired. But in the meantime...
Well, I mean, in a way they are. They're just doing it to you. You're Superman in this scenario. That's right. Hypercise, you says bad covers won't stop Dennis, damn it. No, they won't. I don't mind that cover, actually. And I didn't mind... Actually, that cover's... the X-Men cover itself, that actually didn't bother me. And the Inferno one wasn't too bad. So I'll go with that. Basilisk. Dennis, you can take it away. I don't...
Yeah, Basilisk, number 6. I've decided to stay with this book. It made my cut. So as long as they keep going, this has been pretty fun.
All right, that's cool. Good to know. This is the one Dennis and I both got, Noctera. Scott Snyder, Tony Daniel created the book. I'm going to assume Tony Daniel had some help in plotting this. He did not draw this. This is a one-shot drawn by Dennis Cowan. Noctera is a good book. Issue 7 comes out next month, which picks up a new story arc. So to bridge the gap, they put out this Blacktop Bill special, which is kind of like the origin of the character Blacktop Bill. So
who's a real badass.
Yeah, he's a real badass.
He's cool. He's a cool character. So I'm actually excited to do it. The issue was today, none of the comic shops here got their indie books. So Marvel and DC arrived, but Diamond was way behind and none of the indie books came up. So I went this morning, went home and did my quick flips for Marvel and DC. So they're up. But I had to stop at the shop again on the way back because UPS didn't deliver them until this afternoon. But this has been a great series.
Yeah, Noctera is really
so good. If you haven't read it, I would go back and pick up the trade because the trade's coming up.
Oh, there you go. Not all robots.
Final issue of Volume 1.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yes. So this was an interesting book, kind of like iRobots, kind of like Caprica, where you're dealing with sentient AI and what happens with them. But it's got some interesting twists. It wasn't just a complete ripoff because I wasn't sure if it was going to make the cut, but it's only 5 issues for the Volume 1. So anyway, if you like those kind of stories, good sci-fi, I mean, it's, yeah.
What about says clever cover? I agree. I like, for superhero books, I like covers that basically for genre books, I like to be able to look at the cover and get a sense of what it is. Superhero books, I want to be able to look at and go, that's a superhero book. Not All Robots, a book like this to me is more novelization type stuff. And with that type of genre, I'm okay with covers like this because it's intriguing. And I think it fits the scope of the book for what they're doing. So I think it's pretty cool. And I actually don't mind the fact that the logo, generally you don't want to put the logo at the bottom because of how they rack books. All you would see is, I can even show an example. This is what you would see on the stand. And you're like, what is that? But that kind of is intriguing as well to make you want to pick it up. So I think that's kind of cool.
Power symbol kind of hanging. I like that. It's neat. It's been solid. It's been good. Two Moons. Still doing it. It's a period piece back in the Civil War. The first arc I thought was pretty interesting. This is the it's been good. I don't know if I'm going to continue to get it. Once I get caught up with the second arc, I'll figure out if I'm going to continue it or not.
How's our poll looking, Dennis?
Our poll right now, Andy. 75% said yes. Would you be willing to gift a first issue of Inhumans from 1975 if your buddy asked?
Yeah. Looks like you're giving me a book. Nice.
Wow.
I mean, the poll is talking, Dennis.
I hear what you're saying.
Boy, you were
Well, last week he asked for Giant Size X-Men #1.
Well, that was a joke.
Like I said, he asked for something every week.
Tina Howard. It says Tina.
Tinny Howard.
Tinny Howard. Tinny. I don't even know who that is. Who is that?
Tinny Howard put out a tweet admitting that the X-Men writers referred to themselves as the trash. Yes.
The trash.
Yes.
Oh,
Trash
no way.
Crew Squad.
Really?
Yes.
And who is this person?
So it's one of the writers.
Which
Tinny Howard. It's one of the X books. Vita. Oh, what's her name?
Vita Ale.
Ali. Yes. Another one. That the problem with the X people right now is that they define themselves by pronouns, and that's what they care about. They no longer care about good story, great characters, arc interactions, any of that type of stuff. And that's the problem with both Marvel and DC. So many of their writers and artists are down that path that it's no longer about these incredibly legacy characters that they have out there. Captain America, the X-Men, Iron Man, the Hulk. These should be very important characters that you continue to grow, do some interesting things with, but they're not interested in that. They don't want you to buy their book because it's a good story. They want you to buy their book because of their pronouns. That is indeed an issue, and unfortunately, it's coming across in the material. Hence why, as you're seeing, the bulk of my titles are now independent books. Some are great, some are not, but I'm willing to give them a shot for something that is a chance of good, since the Marvel and DC stuff has not been.
There you go. So what are we looking at here? Blade Runner 2029. It looks like you're still going with it.
Yeah, I will probably keep that one up. I think it's like 11, 12, if it doesn't say on there.
The X-Men been stuck on that island longer than Gilligan. Great, no Ginger and Marianne. That's pretty funny.
That is true. That is true.
Well, it's not even being stuck on it. That's where they want to be.
I know.
Like, we're just going to live here.
They had the big thing with Mars and doing everything with Mars, which had a really cool arc to it. And I really thought they were going to do something amazing with it. And they still may. But it's just like they keep tripping over their own untied shoelaces.
Yeah. Marjorie Finnegan, Temporal Criminal.
Final issue of this one, too. This one's been kind of hit or miss. The concept's really neat. The art is nothing spectacular,
I think the art's
but it's
nice.
Fun. It's fun art. Yeah. As long as you know.
I think the art services the story well. Put it that way. It's good storytelling.
He got political. We were talking about this at the shop. He got political in actually one of the last issues here. Very anti-Trump. And once again, I don't care which way you lean or do. Just keep the stuff out of the book so we can enjoy. Because this story has been very interesting. It's kind of zany and wacky. Not what I would normally consider, with Garth being very into the war stuff and things like that. But this has been fun. I want to see how they wrap it up and find out what they're going to do in the future.
Star Trek Mirror War.
Story's been solid, but honestly, the art
not good.
Then this one in particular,
good
not good.
Oh,
and for me, the Star Trek ones, it's such a beautiful universe. You got to be able to draw the Enterprise and some of the people. And on this issue, we were looking at it. I'm like, wow. It's a good thing it's a miniseries, because I don't know if I could do this in long stream.
Mainstream books. Yeah, they do. Unfortunately, they do.
Yep. Thank God for indie companies and Indiegogo.
That's right. Let's see. Oh, another X book. Right?
This is actually Timeless.
Oh, this is Timeless.
I wound up not getting Timeless when it came out.
And got the rogue cover.
He put the rogue cover in there for me, and the King stuff's been hit or miss for me, but with that rogue cover, it's rogue. If it was Jean Grey, I probably would have got multiple copies, but it's rogue, so at least I picked it up.
Got it. Makes sense. I get it. Timeless is a one-shot anyhow. It supposedly sets some stuff up.
Yeah. Yep. I haven't read it yet, so I will.
It has 3 different artists on it. It's if I remember correctly, it's Kev Walker, It's Greg Land and Mark Bagley. For one shot, I really wish it was just one artist, so you don't kind of get pulled out of the story by an art change, because those three guys have pretty distinctive styles.
Yep.
So that's my 2 cents on it. We don't kill spiders. Well, I kill spiders.
I have loved this book. This was, to me, a very fun book. We have a hard time getting the issues on this, but I'm glad number 3 came in. Dealing with the Jarl. It's a barbarian tribe. This has been a very fun story. You can go check out my full review of the first issue and the quick flip of the second. So I'm going to be doing a full review of 1 through 3 on these. This has been a surprisingly fun, and that's Joseph Schmalke. He's the one who also did the Cherry Blackbird, which is also really good.
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
And on to the book of Boba Fett.
Yep. First issue came out.
First episode came out. Dennis has a hard time switching gears.
I do.
It's that old man brain of his. It's Joe Biden complex.
Yep.
That was loud enough for years. That's right. It's big meat that causes all the problems, Dennis. Big meat. Don't blame Joe Biden on the inflation. It's big meat.
Big meat's doing it.
Who would have thought that in our lifetime, we would have heard a president blame his shitty policy with inflation on big meat?
Big meat.
That's hysterical. Okay. Let's see. 2 episodes out. Yeah, we're going to watch the second episode tonight.
Yep.
I hear it's an hour long, so that's cool. But, so out of the 2 of us, Dennis is definitely more into the Star Wars lore, I guess. I think we've both seen. In fact, I know we have. I've seen all the Star Wars films. I know Dennis has. I have not read really any of the comics, any novels, any of that stuff. Dennis has. He's more steeped in it than I am. I know enough about Boba Fett that it was in Return of the Jedi he died? Or Empire? Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi. I know he falls into the Sarlacc pit. And that was the last we saw of him until Mandalorian. So the way they did this first episode, of course, one of our favorite actresses, Ming-Na Wen, is in it, and she is just awesome.
I mean, she's one of the reasons why I watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. all those years, because she's just...
ER, baby.
She's
I discovered her in ER. So, I liked the first episode. I heard some people didn't. I thought, I guess it's because, it's just all this stuff we already kind of knew. It was a lot of recap stuff. Because that's what they did. They kind of cut back and forth between showing how he got out of the Sarlacc pit and all that, which I thought was freaking cool.
Yep.
And then they'd cut to present day. And then they cut to the past. Let's see here. Where's there it is. Aggressively relaxing. That doesn't sound relaxing. Thank you for joining and chatting. Visit your local library to read Star Wars books. Sorry you are so upset about inflation.
I know.
It happens.
But you're right. The expanded universe, even the stuff with Admiral Thrawn. I mean, those novels were fantastic. There were so many good novels that they put out. I've done all the Star Wars role-playing games from the original West End games through, all the current versions of the D20. Star Wars just has such a rich history. I agree with you from the standpoint. I thought the first episode was good. I didn't think it was... Oh,
Super chat. Ding, 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 ding. Thank you, Randy. I'll give it a chance, but where's the ruthless bounty hunter? He should be on the run, fighting for his life with a bounty on his head, put there by the Hutts for failing to protect Jabba. See, Randy, you're really talking above me because I'm just not that in depth, I guess, with Star Wars stuff. So, I don't know a lot about Boba Fett. I just know he's supposed to be a badass. I will say in that fight, when they got surrounded, him and Mignon's character, Fennec, got surrounded. I kind of thought they would have been able to get out of it. So,
yeah,
you
no,
know.
I kind of agree with you there. The issue when in The Mandalorian, when they found out that the armor was still there, and when he went and actually retrieved it, you saw the bantha stick, so you knew something happened with the Tusken Raiders. And then there was a comment about the Jawas, so you knew they were involved. What this first episode at least did was they made a good attempt at trying to fill in all the little blanks. Here's what's happening now, flashback. Here's what's happening now, flashback. The fight scenes, as you mentioned, were not great, and I wasn't expecting. He's still injured, he's still wounded, and you can see that. The Bacta tank that he's being regenerated in, very much like, again, a throwback to Luke Skywalker from Empire Strikes Back. I thought they at least were competent in filling in the holes and trying to lead us to where everything goes.
I do agree with that. Disney does everything they can to not show blasters. Now everyone uses cattle prods. Yeah, that's weird. I did like the electric, the energy generated shields. I thought that was cool.
Which to me reminded me of the original Phantom Menace, episode 1, when they were fighting Darth Maul and they were in that sequence. It was the same red shields that kind of flipped around and went in there. And I'm like, oh, it feels like that technology. We don't know what it is, and it's not in any of my tech manuals because I kind of looked. But I'm going to be kind of curious if they ever explain that.
Maybe you can answer this because I don't know. I don't think they addressed it. How much time has supposedly passed from when he got out of the Sarlacc pits to now? That's what I'm curious about because I really don't know.
Well, they haven't exactly given us a definitive answer on that.
Because, you look at the actor. It's the same actor that played him, almost 40 years ago, right?
Yeah.
And, I'm a curious type, and even though he was never seen without his helmet on 40 years ago, it's 5 years, Randy says. Oh, wow, 5 years, huh?
From Mandalorian, thank you. Did not quite know that. I was going to guess somewhere in there, 3 to 5, but thank you.
Well, I'm just saying that I think it's funny that we're supposed to go, oh, wow. So now that we know what Boba Fett looks like without his helmet on, obviously 5 years back, because we're seeing how he looked when he came out of the Sarlacc pit. Do you think they did anything to kind of de-age the guy a little bit? Because this actor's like 60-something years old.
Right. Well, think
He's
about what he looked
shape,
like. This is actually a good thing to have up because that's where Jango Fett, because obviously Jango Fett would look like Boba Fett.
Right.
And we know what he looked like in that movie, and he, the actor himself was much younger then. I thought that was really cool where he picked it up and he was looking into it, and you're trying to figure out what's going through his mind. I did kind of enjoy that. But overall, they're at least filling in the blanks. But as I think What About said, it wasn't very exciting.
No, it wasn't exciting. I can totally go for that.
And I'm okay with that as long as it's strictly doing a complete setup episode where we're setting up everything. They set up the whole part with the mayor. The mayor, instead of sending tribute, wants tribute in return, and his messenger was kind of sarcastic. So they're setting some stuff up, and I'm okay if the first episode is set up because they did fill in the blanks.
Okay, so hold on. So let's backtrack. So What About says some white dude played the original Boba. It's this actor, I thought.
No, the original was Jeremy Bulloch.
Oh, that's what he's saying, Jeremy Bulloch.
Yeah,
I thought this
Jeremy
actor was
Bulloch.
the original one.
No. Jeremy Bulloch was the original one. He had 3 lines. I got to meet Jeremy at one of the conventions. He brought me up on stage. He brought 3 of us up because at that time he only had 3 lines in all of the movies, and each one of us got to stand on stage with him. My son's got a picture of it, and then we got to do one of the little things. My son got to meet him afterwards and everything like that, and it was really cool. Jeremy was great. He was not supposed to play Boba Fett, but when they decided George Lucas wanted a whole array of these Mandalorian armors. Due to budget constraints, they only could make a total of 2, I think it was. and they needed somebody to fit into the armor. Jeremy was the brother of somebody working on the set. He wound up fitting the armor perfectly, and he became Boba Fett. Probably why he never got a lot of lines in it, because he really wasn't an actor.
So this guy was actually cast for Mandalorian.
Well, he was cast for, Jango Fett.
Oh, this is the guy that originally played Jango.
Well, they're all clones.
Right.
So yeah, they're all the same.
Yeah, I get it. Okay, I get it now. Okay, yeah, I mean, anyhow, you're right. It was slow. There was some action. What are these guys called again?
Those are Tusken Raiders. A lot of people will say Sand People because they were originally
That's what I was going to say, Sand People.
Sand People, from when we got our original figures, they were listed as Sand People. But Sand People, Tusken Raiders, kind of, I think they're this one and the same thing. It probably depends on if you think they're good or bad, as to maybe which term you give them. But yes, the Sand People.
Got it. I did like, is this the next one, I think? Nope.
That's the Sarlacc.
Yeah, that's the Sarlacc. Hold on. I did like this. Of course, this gave me a little too much reminder of the creature, or the alien race from John Carter.
Oh, see, and I wasn't going with John Carter. I was going with Mortal Kombat.
Oh, no, I thought John Carter. And in fact, the movement of this guy leads me to, I don't know if this was CG or if this was.
What about, says Goro? It's exactly what I was thinking. That's the creature's name from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I was also thinking of I don't think there's a creature like this in Sinbad, but I got that feel from the old school Sinbad stuff, stop motion animation they did. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
But I almost think this was practical and it wasn't CG'd. What do you think from watching it, the way it moved and stuff? It kind of looked like it was practically done.
I don't think so. I think it was CG, but now that you're saying that, maybe I'll go back and watch it again.
Yeah, Ray Harryhausen. That's exactly what I was thinking, Randy. Thank you for that. I got the Ray Harryhausen feel behind this creature design and stuff. But it did. It really looked practically done. The Kraken. Yes, that too.
Release the Kraken.
All these things came flooding to my mind as I was watching the episode and stuff.
Oh, that is awesome. We all watch the same thing, and we all draw on our own past in history, which is just awesome. This is cool.
Yeah. So I wonder if that played a part into it. Of course, here's Boba and Minya. Am I saying her name right?
Yeah, and the Gamorrean guards I thought were a great twist, because I think, and this is my opinion, because they were talking about it, you were loyal to Jabba till the end, and then you were loyal and to what's his name? Oh my God, I just drawing a blank on the one he just killed, Jabba's successor. And then he goes, "You're staying on there." But those were the same, I believe that if that's true, those would be the same Gamorrean guards that from Return of the Jedi, when they stop him, they cross their spears, swords, whatever it was, their weapons. I think they were spears. And they wouldn't let him in. And Luke kind of force chokes and Jedi minds them, and they go away. I think that they're referencing in here going all the way back to Return of the Jedi. That's my guess on there. See if you guys agree or disagree with me.
Let's see what we got right here.
Bib Fortuna. Thank you.
You
that was the name I couldn't come up with.
I do like the pig guys. I like that name for them. Pig guys. I do like how they're still trying to do as much practical stuff as they can. I think that's cool. Let's see what's next here. Just looking off in the distance.
Yeah, but that's from The Mandalorian, because that is, and we haven't seen episode 2 yet, but I'm assuming he won their respect when they gave him water, because water's more important.
Right.
And at the end, so I'm going to be curious to see how he gets in with them and what kind of leeway that they do, because obviously they've got some weapons, so that's cool.
Yeah. No, I got that when they were digging for water. I love how they were digging for water in the desert and stuff. That was
and the Rodian, he was in there, which is for Greedo, which is the same race as what Greedo was, if you remember him, for Han shot first.
Oh no.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Oh, I saw solo. And then he's under the table. Greedo shoots him. Remember that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Same race.
Nice. Do we know what the next thumbnail is?
Nope.
Is it moving on?
It could be. All right.
It is moving on. All right. Before we move on to this movie, I guess we'll give an initial grade for.
We'll give it our CGC rating of episode 1.
Yeah, they did.
They did.
They were digging black melons.
Yep. Waterstones.
I have a couple Waterstones.
Yeah, I just passed one.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Mine are blank.
Of course, everything about he's blank.
I don't know. I mean, I'm watching this because my daughter's really into it, and she's like, "Come on, you got to watch it with me." Like tonight when we get back from dinner, Courtney and I will watch it. So that's why I'm watching it. Honestly, if my daughter wasn't into this stuff, Star Wars, I probably wouldn't be, or I might be because we're doing this and Dennis is watching it. And he'd be like, "We got to watch it." So I might.
We would.
But I'll give it like a 7.
Yeah, I'm actually right there with you. I'm giving it a 7.0. The setup, it filled in the pieces. It did its job. It wasn't exciting, but I think it laid building blocks to make the next ones exciting. So I'm crossing my fingers. I'm giving it a 7.0. I know a lot of people were really disappointed in it. I thought it was fine, but I want to see where it goes. I am finishing Witcher season 2 right now, and then Expanse season 2. And honestly, I'm kind of liking both. I'm liking the Expanse better. Witcher's probably on par with this. It's all right. It's not bad. But anyway, that's kind of our take.
Hyper says I thought it was bantha fodder. See, I'm not a Star Trek guy. I don't get it.
No, that's Battlestar Galactica.
Oh,
or Buck Rogers.
Neither one of those either. I'm waiting for more, but I'm giving it a 5. Hey, 5. I get it. It is one episode in. Hopefully, it just goes up. That's all we can hope is it just goes up and rises.
Yep. If not, then it'll be another Disney show.
But moving on, our excitement for this is probably giving away how we'll grade it in the end. But we saw American Underdog last night. For those not in the know, American Underdog is the story of Kurt Warner, who is he's a Hall of Fame quarterback. He started out. He's the only undrafted quarterback.
Probably the most successful.
That's right. The most successful undrafted quarterback to go into the league. He got his start in 1999.
Yeah.
Officially.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Officially. The main character was played by the actor that plays Shazam himself.
Chuck. I like him with Chuck.
I liked him as Chuck too, but he's buffed up for the superhero roles, and obviously it worked out great to play a football player. And he's real tall. So Zachary Levi played Kurt Warner. I thought he did a really good job. There was actually stuff after the movie, clips of Kurt and stuff. And when you heard Kurt talk, you're like, wow, he really tried to get the accent and stuff, I thought.
And everybody who did, Dennis Quaid played Dick Vermeil, and his mannerisms, if you guys are football fans and you remember it, I remember watching this stuff. He winds up getting picked up by the Packers, which is obviously my team, and I remember him getting cut really quickly because he made the news, and it was really cool. But Dick Vermeil's played by Dennis Quaid, which was absolutely, he nailed it.
Oh, he was great.
His hand mannerisms, everything that he did. When you'd watch Dick Vermeil in the coaches meetings and stuff afterwards, my God, he just nailed it. Dennis Quaid was great. Madsen, she was supposed to play the mother, but something happened and they changed out actresses, which kind of surprised me because Cindy Hogan took over the role, and I can't find anywhere out there why Miss Madsen's no longer
but you know what?
movie. But
I got to be honest, I don't know how old that picture is of Virginia, and I like her as an actress. I don't think she looks old enough to play Zachary Levi's mom.
Well, she's older now. I think
she is older now, but I thought the woman they cast definitely had the age.
Yeah, Cindy Hogan was a great cast for it.
She was
good. It was. And then Adam Baldwin, of course, was his high school coach, which he played college coach. I mean.
College coach, yeah.
And he played with them, back in Chuck, because I loved him in Chuck.
Yeah, Adam Baldwin's fantastic.
Yeah,
not related to the crazy Baldwin clan family. And then we got some more of the actors. I can't remember his name. What's this actor's
Bruce
name?
McGill.
Bruce McGill played the coach of arena football. So basically, and I don't consider these spoilers talking about Kurt's career because, look, you can look up and find all this stuff out. Spoilers would be telling how they actually unfolded and told the story. But basically, Kurt goes from college. He really wants to get drafted. He gets a call from the Packers. He's out in 2 days. I never knew that. So when I saw that in the movie, I was like, holy shit. And I looked at Dennis, being a Packer fan. I'm like, is that real? And he's like, yeah. So he made a big mistake, which won't give it away. But you watch the movie, in the scene, you'll see the mistake that he made. And it's like, yeah, you probably deserve to be cut. So then he goes, he knows he'll do anything for, he's not married yet, but they're living together and stuff.
And his girlfriend is Anna Paquin.
Yeah.
And by the way, the funniest part of the whole night, so Kurt's wife, she's got short hair. So obviously Anna Paquin had very short hair as Brenda. And the moment they saw her line dancing, they showed her close up. We both, at the exact same time, we both went, ugh. Short hair.
Short hair on Anna, not good.
Exactly those 3 words at the exact same time. We just started laughing because that's what came to mind.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
Not a great look, Anna Paquin with short hair. And she's like, when they did tighter close-ups where you couldn't tell her hair was real short, she's very pretty, but just not short hair.
Yep.
Let's see. What about says Kurt has a lot of kids? He does. He got so his wife already had 2 kids, so he has 2 stepchildren, but then they had 5 more.
7, and we get to see him and how they've grown up. They show the real, his real son and everything like that, Zach, afterwards. So they did a great job, and even in the middle of the movie, at certain parts, when you saw the football and some of the announcers, they actually used stock footage from the NFL at that time, and it was great.
Football. So he goes on to arena football, does that for a while. He gets noticed by the NFL, specifically the Rams. He gets called up to the Rams. Dennis Quaid, of course, is the Rams coach. And
the guy on the right is Mike Mars, who's the
Rams
offensive coordinator at that time.
Yeah, I cut you off. So the guy on the right plays Mike Mars.
Yeah, Mike Mars. He was the offensive coordinator.
He was the OC for the Rams. He was hardcore to Kurt. He played basically like Dennis Quaid, the head coach, played good cop, and this guy played bad cop as the offensive coordinator, basically. I thought the casting was really good. Sorry about that. The guy in the middle, I believe, played.
That's his dad. That's her dad.
Yeah, played Kurt's wife's dad.
Yeah, all the casting was solid. He was working at the grocery store, just trying to make ends meet. They have some things even traveling. They're up in the Midwest in a snowstorm. And everything's falling apart. They have no money. They're just trying to make ends meet. He wants to do his dream, but he's starting to realize maybe he has to give up. They're saying, don't give up on your dream of being the quarterback. It's just touching. It's
really heartfelt. It's very inspirational. There's nice lessons in it. Like my daughter went because she's a football fan. She doesn't know anything about Kurt Warner, but she's a football fan. She loves football. Just watching her get excited for when he was doing good and
she was so
playing
great.
And stuff. She was like when he joined the Rams and went onto the field for the first time because Trent Green got hurt. She was like, "Oh yes!" So it was very fun to watch.
Check that out.
I went to college at UNI. Oh no way! That's awesome.
That is cool. See,
that's very cool.
It's like the 7 Degrees of Kevin Bacon.
That's right. So Yeah, I mean, I really can't say enough good things about it. It's a movie I'd probably buy, and I don't buy a lot of, like Dennis buys a shit ton of movies. I don't buy a lot of movies. I might actually get this digitally so we can just watch it whenever we want.
Right. The highlight of the movie really was when the Packers pick him up. They come over to a great big huge shot of Lambeau Field, the frozen tundra. And it was cool. When they were on the practice field, because he's like, go Green Bay, Green Bay, green and gold forever. This is the guy that played Brett Favre, which we found out is actually a huge Brett Favre fan in real life. And so he got to play him, which was great. So they had somebody on there as Reggie White. They had Steve Mariucci, the offensive coordinator.
Ooh, is it better than Rudy? I say yes. I like Rudy. Don't get me wrong. I dig Rudy. In fact, my buddy Al Snow, former wrestler for the WWE, now runs, I think, wrestling promotion in Ohio, I believe. Anyhow, he was actually in Rudy as one of the football players. Anyhow,
I will answer that at the end when we give it their grades, and I'll tell you why.
Look at that. Dennis is a tease.
I am.
So yeah, this was fun. I got to say, when he was at Green Bay, you saw THOR. They never took the guy that played Favre, this guy here, never took the helmet off. You only saw him from the back. You saw obviously the THOR and Favre.
You see him throwing the passes.
You see him throwing the pass, and I'm just like, damn it. I want to see him take the helmet off to see who they cast, but they never did. Yeah, that's it. OVW. He runs OVW. I should know that, being his friend, but sue me. I'd love to get out there one time to actually go to a live event. Al was the guy that would get me in backstage at WWE when they would come to town and stuff. So Al's a great guy. If our schedules ever align, we'll try to get him on the show. But yeah, so that would have been fun to see him. This is just him talking to his arena.
I love arena football.
Arena football. We are definitely going this year.
Yeah, we are going this year. We were looking up to see if dates have been released. When I lived in Texas, we were Dorado season ticket holders, which was a form of the AFL. There was AFL and IFL, and it's a fun sport. It's a brutal sport. And anyway, they did a great job of capturing it in this movie and what he had to go through.
Yeah. If you've never seen it, go see it. It's a very fast game. This is him, of course, on the sidelines, waiting to be called to play for Green Bay. Oh, what about says Al Snow's a great interview. Love watching his wrestling shoot interviews. Oh, dude, he is so cool. Whenever he comes to town, we go out to dinner and have a good time. I've known Al for 22 years now.
Holy crap.
Yeah. He's got a great book out, by the way, too. If you're into like autobiographies and stuff, it's humorous because Al has a great sense of humor. It's got some great road stories in it, so it's definitely a good book to read.
So a real quick funny story was we were waiting to get into the movie, and the girl was getting our tickets and everything like that, and the manager of the theater, Ernie, was coming out to talk to us because, we're friends with Ernie, and Andy's known him forever. And she asked Andy, so how long have you known Ernie? And he goes, oh, I don't know, back in like 2005. And she goes, oh my, I was only 4 years old then.
And my daughter goes, I was 2.
Wow, suddenly felt old.
Yeah, suddenly felt old. But, so this is, of course, Zach and the real Kurt Warner. So, honestly, good pairing here. Good casting choice.
And you could tell that Zach, that Levi saw his mannerisms and tried to duplicate him in everything he did. The way he even held on to his pads and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
His
and then,
facial
of course,
mannerisms.
Pointing up
it was great.
to the heavens and stuff. It was just really good. I mean, I thought it was going to be good.
I was crossing my fingers. You never know with these kind of movies, if they're going to do it justice or is it going to be, But, the on-field shots that they had were great. And like I said, they intermixed some real footage when they would show up on a TV screen. Yeah. So the writing was great. The acting was great. The story settings and how they did everything was great. seriously, they did a bang up job for a low budget movie.
Yeah, it would. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess it was low budget.
The actors were probably the bulk of it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. This weekend, we're going to try and watch Matrix, so we can talk about that next week. I've already heard a bunch of bad things, so but I haven't heard specific reasons.
We've been trying to stay away until we see it for ourselves, but we got to give it the grade.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I give American Underdog. I give it a straight up 9.
See, and I'm actually going a 9.4. I think it was just fantastic. And since I didn't want to say too much before, Rudy, I'm giving a 9.2. Rudy's always been up there for me. I love that movie. I've seen it many times. Oh. It's up there with like The Blind Side, another great football movie.
I loved Rudy. I thought Rudy was a great movie, but I'm going to lean more towards this one.
I think this was a little bit better.
Yeah.
They're both great, but I think this one I would give the edge to.
Long list of reasons why Matrix is bad.
Oh, well, next week you can...
Next week, I guess we'll talk about it. I mean, I was really excited for it, and we knew with the holidays we wouldn't be able to see it till after. But like I said, I haven't heard really any spoilers. I haven't heard reasons why. I've seen articles that I could read, but I don't want to spoil anything. So I just rather go into it knowing that people don't like it, but then at least I don't know why, so I can kind of watch it going, all right, let's see if I can figure out why they don't like it, or maybe they'll just slap me in the face like, oh my God,
yeah.
But I heard Keanu Reeves donated 70% of his salary.
So maybe he did this movie then, maybe just for the paycheck, because that would be really cool.
Hyper Guys, you will hold us to it. You can hold us to it.
You can, because already, like I said, I have not heard specifics either, but very much like Saturday Night Live, I have lowered expectations.
Oh, no. We'll see live from the very start. Oh, no.
Oh, no. My God, we don't even get out of the opening is what you're telling me.
Well, the good thing is we're not going to a theater. Dennis has a nice big TV. We got HBO Max, so we can stream it. HBO Max wise on the big TV.
I am very glad we gave our money to American Underdog, and I'm glad we won't be giving it to Matrix then. But who knows?
Hopefully
maybe I may wind up liking it.
Well, they stream for like 30 days, so we're in that window.
We're fine.
Good.
We're fine.
So there you go, guys. That's the show for the day. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. We thank you all for watching. Thank you so much. Remember to hit the like button. Thank you all again, Randy, Stat Zero, myself, for super chatting.
Thank you very much, everybody. It was great. I am glad after this long journey, we're now on our new road.
Oh, IGN even called it laughable.
Oh, no way.
God.
Oh, IGN, and they're a shill. Oh, my God. What is that? Oh, stop. We got to wait.
That's right.
Oh, it's killing me.
All right, guys, we'll be back next week. We will talk Matrix. Until then, we'll catch you guys on the flip side.
Live long and prosper, everybody.